Today we're talking with Marius Cuming from Australian Wool Innovation about the current production and also marketing campaigns. Well, firstly, Marius, what are you noting with wool production in Australia at the moment?
Hi Bruce, we just released our latest wool production forecast, and it's around 340 to 345 million kilograms for this current year. And it's not really going anywhere fast. I mean, people are trying to rebuild their flocks, and the merino to merino joinings are up. But things are restrained also because of the high meat prices and prime lamb. So a slight increase, I think, of around 5 million kilograms, but we're not seeing a dramatic increase. It's not like, say, a cotton crop that you can just put in more crop. The rebuilding takes quite some time.
Now, we look back at, say, 1990 and the heydays of 1990, where production was massive. How does production now compare to the early 1990s?
I think we're now at around 40% of the wool clip in 1990. Of course, that was days of the reserve price scheme, and exactly sort of a bit over 20 years ago. So things have really changed a lot since then. We're at basically a 100-year low when it comes to wool production.
Now, as we talk, there's much uncertainty on world share markets, and the dollar's very volatile at the moment. It's moving several cents a day in value, but prices did take a bit of a hit this week on the market in the auctions. But what are you seeing when it comes to demand? Where are you seeing demand currently coming from around the world?
So our market intelligence is showing that some 70 to 80% of the national wool clip is being processed in China, but half of that is being consumed in China. So China is, like many of our commodities, extremely important for wool production and consumption. So we're hearing that whilst the Chinese economy is still strong, demand is still solid around that 12 to 14 kilograms, $12 to $14 per kilogram, and so the EMI we'll see hopefully in that trading band for the short to medium term. But the thing that we must keep our mind on, and through our marketing initiatives, is not just to focus on China, but to develop other markets as well. And the important aspects for wool are threefold. Obviously, we are looking for a large population, a cold climate, and affluence, and that's why China has in some way been the jackpot for the wool industry, and that it has all three. But there are other countries as well that have a significant amount of that trifecta. One of them, of course, is India. Maybe not have the climate, it certainly does have the affluence and the population. And another is Russia, that used to purchase some 20 to 30% of the clip back in the days that you referenced, in 1990. And so we're hearing some good things out of Russia. Obviously a very cold climate and a lot of growing affluence there. And we're trying to reconnect the Russians to Australian merino wool again.
Now, questions today around what market you're actually targeting. Are you still targeting the higher end user, the up market, or are you looking at the middle and up markets?
Well, there's various there, Bruce, and there are three main global campaigns that we're currently involved with. The first one is the Prince Charles campaign for wool. Prince Charles is the initiator and the patron of the campaign for wool, which is a global campaign that was launched in the UK last year, has been expanded to Australia this year, the patron being our Governor-General, Quinton Bryce. And that campaign is a broad-ranging campaign that is also linked with retailer brands and partners, and also Condé Nast in the UK. So this campaign is really all about connecting consumers again with the natural aspect of wool, the sustainable aspect of wool, and the renewable aspect of wool. Given that many people are looking to live more naturally and live simply with wool, and this is a good opportunity for wool to get right back into that mindset. We've seen on Savile Row, we've put some sheep there, and that was very much I suppose a stunt, but a highly successful one. And so we're going to replicate that through other major cities in the world. Tokyo perhaps being on the target there as well. So that's the campaign for wool. In China we have the Gold Wool Mark campaign, which is very much targeted at Japanese businessmen, and that's an educational campaign to tell them that to dress with style is to dress with wool. Again, that's also targeted. It's leveraged with 8 high-end European fabric makers. And so that's been very successful, and will roll out again this year in a slightly different form. The third one is a fashion-focused campaign, which is the Merino No Finer Feeling campaign, which is very much telling younger consumers that wool comes from sheep, and that's the sort of basic level we're also working with, but telling them how fashionable it is. But it's not just us telling them this, it's Giorgio Armani, Benetton, Sony, these global icons of fashion that are happy to come out and say why they love Merino.
Now you've also launched a second major web page, merino.com. Why did you do that?
So merino.com is the consumer-facing website that we can point people to as part of the No Finer Feeling campaign. So merino.com is the call to action, as well as obviously going out and purchasing these particular garments through our brand partners. So it's just another point of action that we use. Merino.com is the consumer-facing website, and wool.com is there for largely for wool growers and stakeholders.
Where are you going to from here?
So these three campaigns are rolling out. So the campaign for wool is a 5-year campaign, the Woolmark Gold is a 3-year campaign, and No Finer Feeling is also 3 years. So they're rolling out in slightly different forms, but we're looking at new markets as well, and I mean this fine next to skin market is going very well. We're looking at the mothers and babies market as an area to grow and to develop. We have to defend the suiting market against synthetics, because they're always coming up with new ideas, and so we have to really defend that market. But so there are a number of different strategies for those particular markets, but growth, development and defence.
Marius Cuming, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Chris.